So I am Logan Edwards. I'm 5'8", about 200 pounds. The last show I did was last year. It was the N Leroy, which I ended up taking first in my class. Took first the overall, which was awesome. It was my first overall that I've ever won.
What did you train today with?
We trained chest, triceps, and shoulders.
Okay, go ahead and take us through your workout, the different movements as you can remember them, and what you like about each movement.
All right, so we started with a Smith machine. I usually like doing that for my chest press, pretty much just because it allows me to keep symmetrical all the way through. I feel the squeeze a lot better. You know, I'm not wobbly from one side to the next. I know that the bar is going to go up equal, and it allows me to do a lot more weight than I normally could on a actual flat bench. And then we moved on to the dumbbell press, which was Incline, which is one of my favorite presses. I do that one because it helps my upper chest develop really well. I get a really good squeeze from it. From there, we moved on to the hammer strength, mid chest, and for that I was doing in between 8 to 12 reps, good size weight. Pretty much just trying to keep the size right now and not lose the, just lose water, keep the muscle, and I usually try.
You're 8 weeks out from North America.
Yeah, I'm 8 weeks out from the North Americans right now, which is going to be my first national show. And pretty excited about that. From the hammer strength, I think we moved on to the incline hammer strength, and that I usually keep a little bit lighter, so I can keep my form good. Make sure that I'm doing it all correct. Try hitting 8 to 12 reps. If I can hit failure, I will on the last one, but that's about it. And then we moved on to flies after that. I like to finish with flies, but today I wanted to finish with another press. And for flies, I like to keep my weight right around like 150 pounds to 180. I'll go to about 10 reps for that. Good squeeze, a slight pause at the end to make sure the blood goes through. And then I like to go wider back, so that my chest separates better. After that, we moved on to a machine press, and for that I kept a moderate weight, and I just was focusing on the squeeze the whole time, the mind-muscle connection, and was really making sure that I was just properly doing the lift correctly, and like I said, as much weight as I can push for the amount of reps I want to hit. And for each set, I try to do in between 3 to 5 sets. Some of them I'll go more, but usually I keep it in between 3 to 5.
And then what you move on to arms after that?
Yeah, we did triceps right after that, and I always stay with one pull machine, and I'll do about 3 to 4 variations of what I'm doing. I don't really know how you would explain it, but I kind of did like you put both your hands reverse style, and you just do a nice squeeze right at the bottom. You go slow up, and it's a really good, it really opens up your triceps, gets a lot of blood pushed into them. And then I'll go from that to a straight bar, and I'll do reverse push downs, and then as soon as I'm done with those, I'll immediately switch over and do an overhand push down. Really good for getting the size. That's one of my favorite tricep exercises. And after that one, I do the ropes. Ropes is always my finisher because I get that good squeeze all the way throughout. Moderate weight, I was doing about 100 pounds for all of those. Sometimes I would move it to 70 depending on how many reps I was getting. For triceps, I usually try going in between 10 to 12 reps and about 2 to 4 sets each.
Do you like staying with machines usually as opposed to like dumbbells and stuff?
I kind of go back and forth between my days. So I start Monday and I'll do chest, Tuesdays back, Wednesdays legs, and then I start all over Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I take Sundays off other than cardio. But I'll do one day that's primarily machines, and then the next day is all dumbbells or actual weights. So I like to switch it up and make sure I'm not confuse it every single time I'm in here, which has always seemed to help me a lot. And then for shoulders, I only did a few exercises. I did a machine press, plate loaded press. Was going about 8 reps for that. I think I did 3 to 4 sets, just trying to really feel the squeeze and try to finish it out. But shoulders is always one that kicks my butt at the end of the workout. And then we moved on to dumbbells. I was doing the overhead press standing, and I started with just a regular press, and then I switched to the Arnold press. And then after that, I moved on to a lighter weight and just was really focusing on just getting the squeeze. And I was doing my laterals and my front raises. And then I would bend over and do a rear delt squeeze, just trying to get in between 8 to 10 reps for that as well. And for those, I'll do 2 to 3 sets. Doesn't take me very long to get my shoulders decent size. So.
You said that's a muscle group that seems to respond.
Yeah, my shoulders respond pretty quickly for me, so it's always been a good one.
Okay. And what's cardio like that for you?
I started at 30 minutes and have gradually, it was 30 minutes, we moved up to 45, and now we're at an hour, all on the treadmill, keeping my heart rate between 120 and 130, so I'm not burning the fat. Not burning the muscle, I'm just burning the fat. And, I don't really like doing it for an hour because you're dead by the time you're done, but you got to do what you got to do. Especially
like for you as opposed to most people like you, very manual labor job. It's not like
yeah.
Some people are in offices all day or they just bodybuild. It's hard when you got a real physical job.
Right. Yeah, being outside definitely does give me a workout too, but
yeah. Now this is what you start out dieting with for the show. This was the heaviest point you began your diet from before the show, right?
My heaviest point, so I started my diet at 215 pounds. Slowly went down, and then I had a major jump. I dropped like 10 pounds in a week, and ended up slowly moving back up. My body was just responding different to the foods, but now I'm gradually making slow changes and constantly going down now. So.
What got you into bodybuilding? But in the industry, did you play sports?
I started out in hockey when I was in high school, and then when I got out, when I was about my senior year of high school, and I started coming to Powerhouse Fenton and seeing Kevin Law and Todd Whiting and just all the big guys. And my brother Jordan was in here too, and he was lifting weights. And I've had a couple cousins who have always been in the industry but never done shows. And so they kind of, pushed me to be as big as them. And then once I did, I decided just to go out and do a show. And a lot of that has to go with, to Kevin, because I always saw him go out and do shows, and it just kind of took my mind. So it was one of those things I wanted to try, see if I liked it, and once I did, I just kind of got bit by the bug. And
Kevin always looks, back in the day, and maybe now Kevin's always been impressive.
yeah.
People you'd like to thank, Bud? Friends, family, coaches?
So definitely Kevin in Powerhouse Gym for giving me the place to work out. Definitely my friends for not allowing me to do the bad things, like eat bad and go out and drink every day. Definitely my training partner, Blaine. He's been a huge help, always pushing me to my fullest. I'd like to thank my parents, definitely. My mom is, she's 75% of the reason why I can do the sport, helping me with food and money and stuff like that. Even when I have my own, she's still out there buying me food and stuff, which is appreciated. Definitely have to thank her. Yeah, my mom is always there. It was a bummer too, because the last time I ended up taking the overall, my dad had a golf outing and called him, and he was so bummed that he wasn't there for it. But yeah, no, my family's always been a big support of me. Definitely my brother Jordan. He's always, pushed me to want to be better. Always critiquing me, that's for sure. which helps light the fire, but you gotta love it. And yeah, but just pretty much as everyone in the Powerhouse Gym, everyone comes up to me and says things that make me feel good, and they always want me to do good, and which is it's always a good feeling, to have people on your side. I'd like to thank probably Proactive Wear for supplying me with the clothes. The trunks that I wear on stage, always there for me. Yeah, and then, you know, I'd like to thank you, obviously, for doing the video for me, and it's always wanted to do it, so.
Oh, definitely, man. Like I said, you percent all by yourself, just tearing it up over the dumbbell.
Yeah.
I told Kevin, he was that kid, he told me your name, like, well, next time he does the show, we got to film it.
Yeah, I'm always trying to push myself to the fullest, you know, you have to.
Many people go nowadays, man. They do not.
Yep. It's a good feeling, you know, you come in here and you hit the weights as hard as you can, and you know you leave satisfied, you know. Like if I leave and I know that I didn't do everything I could, then I only have myself to blame if I don't win.
Yeah.
So.
Did we say what division you're in, then? You did say
No, I didn't. So I do classic physique. I'm class B, so I'm in like the 5'7" to about 5'9" area. But for my height, I'm allowed to be up to and including 182 pounds. And most of the time when I go on the stage, I weigh about 160 to 164. And this time, you know, starting so much heavier, I plan to come in right around, you know, the peak. I want to be around the top of my class, but all I really care about is that I come in as shredded as possible and just give the best possible look I've had yet.
Well, good luck, man. We'll definitely